Dear religious viewer of Khabar Tatak, in the religion section of Khabar Tatak, the story that I have brought before you today is linked with the incident of the supreme god Mahadev telling a story to her beloved wife Parvati. Sati's attempt of trial to Lord Rama, who is also considered as an idol of Lord Shiva itself, posing as Sita, culminated into her attending the sacrifice organized by his father Daksh Prajapati, where finding her husband Lord Shiva's insult jumped into the sacrificial fire and self-immunized with the yoga. Subsequently, Sati reincarnated as Parvati and with rigorous penance became the beloved wife of Lord Shiva. Once upon seeing Ram wandering in the forest along with his brother Lakshman, searching for Sita after separation, she inflated with doubt regarding Ram. Then, finding this, Lord Shiva told her a story citing example of Sati and asked him to dissuade all the doubt regarding Ram and persuaded her to have faith and love with Rama. This incident is very well described by the top devotee Tulsidas in his famous epic Ramcharit Manas. जेहि प्रभु फिरत विपिन ते देखा बंधु समेत धरे मुनि वेशा जासु चरित अवलोकी भवानी सती शरीर रऊ बहुरानी अजहु न छाया मिटती तुम्हारी तासु सरित सुनु भ्रमरु जहारी लीला किन्न जो तेई अवतारा सो सब कहूँ निज मति अनुसारा. In the story, Lord Shiva told Parvati of the incident of Lord Vishnu incarnated as Rama at Ayodhya. He especially cited example of pre-birth of Ravana. However, the pre-birth of Ravan is linked with many persons like the two guard at the house of Lord Vishnu, two Ganas of Lord Shiva, a demon, Jalandhar, and others, but he especially cited the example of pre-birth of Ravan linked with Pratap Bhanu. In this story, I will especially describe pre-birth of Ravan as Pratap Bhanu. Lord Shiva said there was a country known throughout the world as Kaikai, where a king named Satyaketu ruled. This king had two sons, both virtuous and wise and incredibly powerful. The elder was named Pratap Bhanu and the younger was named Arimardhan. The two brothers shared a deep love. King Satyaketu then handed over the throne to his eldest son Pratap Bhanu and departed for the forest. Upon ascending the throne, Pratap Bhanu, commanding his four-fronted army, set out on a conquest. Within a short time, King Pratap Bhanu conquered the entire earth, returned to his capital, commanding the local kings to rule by paying him a regular tax. Returning to the capital, he began to conduct his royal duties according to Vedic principles. He performed thousands of yajna sacrifices without any desires, offering everything to Vasudeva, that is Lord Vishnu, which ensured happiness and prosperity throughout the kingdom. No one suffered any hardship. No one died prematurely. Everything was conducted according to the customary traditions. Once King Pratap Bhanu went hunting on horseback. While hunting, he saw a boar. The boar would sometimes appear in front of him and sometimes quickly move away. Maharaj Pratap Bhanu, with his bowstring down, chased it into a dense forest. Even though he aimed at it several times, the boar would dodge and always succeeded in saving itself from Pratap Bhanu's well-aimed arrow. Ultimately, it entered a hollow impossible for Pratap Bhanu to reach. Maharaj Pratap Bhanu's horse had become quite exhausted from chasing the boar. Pratap Bhanu himself was also quite tired. But now he could see no way back. He kept getting lost again and again. Finally, driven by hunger and thirst, he went to the ashram of a sheikh some distance away. Here there was a king disguised as a hermit whom Pratap Bhanu had defeated in battle and annexed his kingdom. Hiding, exhausted and hungry, Maharaj Pratap Bhanu did not recognize the deceitful ascetic, but he recognized Maharaj Pratap Bhanu and was determined to take revenge. Maharaj Pratap Bhanu bowed to the deceitful sheikh, but the sheikh, knowing he was hungry and thirsty, showed him a lake. Pratap Bhanu bathed there himself and helped his horse bath. He then had refreshment and arranged for fodder for the horse. After this, the cunning sheikh told him about Maharaj Pratap Bhanu's face having the features of a Chakravarti emperor and questioned him about roaming alone in this forest. On this, Pratap Bhanu introduced himself as the secretary of King Pratap Bhanu. On hearing this, the cunning sheikh asked Pratap Bhanu before he was going to rest for the night, I feel pity for you after seeing the features of Chakravarti emperor on your face. Then Pratap Bhanu also said that something good is going to happen to me too. This is why I have met a rare gem like you. From here, the background of Maharaj Pratap Bhanu becomes Ravana starts getting prepared. Regarding this saint ceremony, Tulsidas has written a very beautiful line in Ramcharitmanas. तुलसी जैसी भव्य तबिता तैसे मिले सहाय आपुन आवे ताई तहाँ ले जाए. Tulsi is it one's destiny, so is the help one gets. The fate does not come himself, but one himself is taken there. Calling himself Ektanu, he assures Pratap Bhanu that he will make him and his kingdom immortal by saying that he will make him and his kingdom immortal. When Pratap Bhanu expressed some doubts about this, he makes him uneasy about his mother, asking if he is wrong in saying that she is immortal. Saint Shiromani Tulsidas has written about this in Ramcharitmanas. जनिया चरज करहु मन माही सुत तपते दुर्लभ कुछु नाही तप बल ते जग सृजय विधाता तप बल विष्णु करे परित्राता तप बल शंभु करहि संभारा तप बल शेष सही मही भारा तप आधार सब सृष्टि अपारा तप ते अगमन कछु संसारा. Knowing this, you are surprised that nothing is rare for a son to achieve through penance. The Creator creates the world through the power of penance. Vishnu saves by the power of penance. Lord Shiva sustains by the power of penance. But the power of penance is beyond the reach of the king. Then the entire creation is infinite. Nothing is in the world is beyond the reach of penance. After this, he told King Pratap Bhanu his real name as Pratap Bhanu and his father's name as Satyaketu and claimed to be the knower of everything and won the king's trust and told him to go to sleep, saying that I will go to you secretly and ask you to do some work which will benefit you. After the king went to sleep, that boar who had deceived King Bhanu Pratap earlier was actually a demon named Kalketu, came to the company of disguised hermit and told them to hatch a conspiracy together which would destroy the entire family of King Pratap Bhanu. King Pratap Manu invited the Brahmins and asked them to protect the prasad which was made by the deceived Hermes. But before the Brahmins could take, a divine voice announced that the Mahaprasad contains the flesh of Brahmins. Hearing this, the Brahmins cursed King Pratap Bhanu and his family to perish. Following this, another divine voice informed the Brahmins that the King Bhanu Pratap was not at fault but had fallen victim to the deceptions of a deceitful Sheikh. King Pratap Bhanu then held the Brahman's feet and pleaded with him to free him from the curse. The Brahmins replied, "This curse cannot be reversed, but in your next life you will become the demon Ravana, and then Lord Vishnu, in the form of Rama, will take your place and free you according to your will." Afterwards, the king went to the ritual site, but neither were any of the ritual materials present there, nor was the deceitful Sheikh. Returning, the deceitful Sheikh spread the word everything where about the curse the Brahmins had given to the King Pratap Bhanu. Other kings, hearing this, then began attacking Pratap Bhanu's kingdom, resulting in the destructions of King Pratap Bhanu and his entire clan. After this, King Pratap Bhanu was born in the noble clan of Pulastam hermit. Born as Ravana, he performed intense penance and sought a boon from Brahmadev, granting him protection from being killed by no one but humans and monkeys. Despite receiving this boon from Brahmadev, he began behaving like a demon and was only liberated when Lord Vishnu incarnated as Rama in Ayodhya and killed him.